In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to properly run man defense in Madden 22. So if you're struggling with man defense, you don't really know how to run it, I'm going to give you guys some extra tips and pointers that I use in my gameplays to help you. Now we're going to be in the multiple defense playbook. We're going to be in the 3-3-5. You could be whatever playbook you want. This doesn't have to be this one. And then you want to just make sure that you have, if you're going to run man defense, you want your fastest corners on top. You can use safeties if they're fast, but Averett's a 93 speed. This guy's like a 94 or 95 speed. I'm going to use these two guys as my blues and my cloud flats and all that because they will break the things faster. Okay, so here we're going to put safeties. We got Stevens here, and then I have Levine. These were linebackers before, but we put safeties. Remember, we need speed. We're playing man defense. We need speed. And then Queens and 89 speed. And then down here we put Houston in place of Wolf because right outside linebacker, he sheds better. And then we have Humphrey here. So we're good. We're good as far as the 3-3-5 goes. Now you can't keep those two safeties as corners in a zone defense. You want to put your main safeties back there. And if they're going to be running heavy on you, because corners are going to get bounced off a lot and the safeties will actually make tackles. So there's the first tip for you guys. But if we're running man defense against the pass, I will sub in cornerbacks for the free safeties for that specific reason. Now on offense, it doesn't really matter what we run here. We can run verticals cross. Okay. Now, different things you can do in man defense. And one is if you're facing a Tyreek Hill like we are today, you're going to have to respect this guy because he will cook anybody in man defense. So let me show you what I mean. Even if we have these guys like this, and another thing, and we don't have it, and I don't know why I didn't bring it up, but in your coaching adjustments, you want to go ahead and make sure that your cornerback matchups are by speed. Okay, by speed, so your people get matched up evenly. And then you want to make sure that you set your alignment to man because you're running man defense. Set your defensive alignment to man. Okay, now with someone like Tyreek Hill, you still have to respect this guy because if you don't have the blues out there, this guy sets a streak. Now Humphreys might be able to keep up with him because he's pretty fast. However, most of the time there's really no one going to keep up with this guy on something like this. Okay, and that's not even a press. Imagine if it was a press. Okay, let's assume we press, right? And let's assume that we don't. Let me reset the play. Let's just press and get this guy out of the equation and run the same thing. This is why I'm saying you have to respect Tyreek Hill, but it's actually kind of a bonus to respect Tyreek Hill. I'll show you why. So he gets over and just his speed takes off. And then with Mahomes, they just throw it over your head. And it's pretty much touchdowns most of the time. So what you got to do when you play a Tyreek Hill, and the reason I did this is you have to respect Tyreek Hill. So you're going to have to leave this blue out here. Okay. Now what you do with this guy, because Tyreek Hill may run a post up the middle, you could put him on an inside third like this. Now here's the benefit of running blues. When we run blues in a deep zone, we can change our shading in man defense to help with routes that are underneath. So if you think someone's going to cook you with Tyreek Hill, right, as you'll see the significance of having the blues now with the same setup. Let's get everybody out of the way. He tries to go over the top right here. Well, this guy's actually screaming. You're gonna have, look at everybody over there with Tyreek Hill now, and then we got our fast corners out there, so he ain't really gonna, look, Westry 95 speed, he's not really going to be getting away like you think. So we could keep this guy on a deep half. I'll try it again. And then this guy on an inside third. So Westry goes on an inside third. Now we're covering that whole portion of the field where Tyreek Hill may go. Okay, he may go. Now he can run a deep post out of like PA cross shot or something like that and cook you that way. However, this way where you try to bazooka over his head, it's not going to happen because everybody's there and it's picks for days. You see what I'm saying? These guys are going to pick it. And that's what you want. Okay. Now back to what we were talking about, and my man, just go down. Back to what we were talking about. Since we're going to be running blues on the field, okay, we can press. We can keep this guy, put this guy on the inside third. Now we can shade underneath. Wire triangle right stick down for underneath and shade it inside. What that's going to do, since we have blues out here, now we can try to pick up routes that are underneath. The corners that are sitting low will actually play routes that are going under them. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. Maybe it'll work on a drag, but Kelsey's pretty good. But let's say we run a slant here and we run an in route here. And let's just see. I would imagine that Kelsey's still going to get open because he's Kelsey. So those are the type of guys that you want to try to pick up. But this guy got out. This guy got in. Now, like I said, once you set your coaching adjustments to speed, you get a little bit better coverage because everybody's matched up to their speed. So right now we don't have it, and it's unfortunate, and it actually makes the man defense look a little bit bad. But let's go ahead and we can man align, I guess, our own selves. And since we have those blues out there, we can shade underneath. You can even shade outside to stop like corner routes. So let's just say Kelsey was going on an out route. All right. And then what you're worried about with your guy is you're just going to pick the first route that you think is going to be open and you chase it down, bro. Okay. So like say this is a crossing route. Let's just assume it's like that. Okay. We press shade outside, and let's just see if we pick up an out route right here with our defense. My man, look, they're getting cooked over here, bro. Now, you see how these crossing routes and things are getting open. And this is why I tend to stay away from man defense when I play the Chiefs, because of the threat of Tyreek Hill. Now, if you think Tyreek Hill's just going on a streak and you saw that crossing route get open, this is where West Street and coaching adjustments come into play. What you can do with these guys is actually put them on a curl flat, set your curl flat, your cloud flat adjustments and your coaching adjustments to 25. You shade down and up. Now let's just imagine, it's not showing on here, but he's in a cloud flat. Now imagine they still run the crossing route. Okay, you guys still got the crossing route. Let's just say Kelsey's on a slant streak like this. Okay, so it looked like this. Now you got someone on Kelsey, then you'll have the cloud flat back there playing the crossing route at 25. He's not going to get that crossing route off because of that. So Tyreek Hill will be bagged with the deep half. The cloud flat with a coaching adjustment set to 25 will take care of the crossing route, which means with that setup, we don't want to shade underneath because we don't know. You can shade underneath if you want. It's up to you. And inside, outside. So you can either play inside routes, outside routes, but shading underneath will keep them underneath routes for the most part. But you're seeing that like in next gen, man defense is getting hung up a little bit. So you can run the cloud flats at 25. Let's just assume it's at 25. Okay. Now what you can do with a user is all you have to do is worry about the underneath routes. You're playing chess. So you have to be careful. Let's just assume Tyreek Hill is going to get bagged on the streak. The crossing route is going to get bagged, and we can turn our attention to anything first. So right here, I'll come with Kelsey. This would be my read. So you're seeing how everything is bagged up in this play now. We play according to the tendencies of what our opponent's running, and that is how you stop it. Now, other beneficial things you can do is like say they're running inside zone, assuming you're not playing against the Chiefs. If you're playing against the Chiefs and you need to use your safeties for something else, you can actually go ahead and press wire triangle, select individual, select Tyreek Hill, and then right stick up for back off. Okay. So let's say I need to use my safeties for something else. I will back off Tyreek Hill. And let's say he's running the ball inside zone. I could put these two guys in spies, right? Bring them in the box. This would be my user. So what would happen is if they're running inside zone with the spies, a little technique that we use, these guys actually help you stop the run game a little bit better than not. Now, right here, I'm still getting around, but if you pinch the D line, because if they're running inside zone, that's obviously what you're doing. So you'll be backing off Tyreek Hill, putting these guys in spies. You don't even need to bring them in. You could just leave them out. Just bring them down in the box. Okay. Pinch the D line, crash them down, and assuming that it's inside zone, these guys will actually help you stop the inside zone. So more tips and techniques on how to run man defense. But like I said, don't just rely on man defense, because when you play this team, you're not gonna be able to use man defense the way you think. They're constantly gonna be looking for Tyreek Hill. I promise. So you're going to have to respect it with these blues. Now, whether it's gonna be a deep half or an inside third, like this guy's on a post, I think on this play, he's on a deep post. So let's assume they run it like this. Like this, right? And then you have this guy in a deep half, and then you have this guy in a cloud flat. In man defense, okay? With Tyreek Hill, he can just roll out and then just throw it over your head. Well, he stopped, but you guys see, he'll get separation and he'll get there. So be careful, know your opponent, watch the previous play, look at the route where Tyreek Hill was when you're facing the Chiefs or any receiver, Marquise Brown. Pay attention to the route that they're running. I hope this shed some light on man defense for you guys. Be careful pass committing. If they're play actioning and they're passing a lot, then you pass commit so they don't bite the play action. They'll just go into their pass defense. So I hope this helped you guys. Make sure you drop a like. Love you guys.